So I'm back with another book review, and this week I'm going to be reviewing How to Build a Girl by Caitlin Moran. This book was witty, it was honest, and it was so much fun. I cannot tell you enough good things about it. It was amazing. I seem to only review books I love. I feel like I should review some books I don't like as much, but this book was amazing. How to Build a Girl is set in the 1990s and follows this girl named Johanna Morrison. And following an embarrassing event on live TV, she decides to reinvent herself. She becomes Dolly Wilde, who's this badass, gothic, lady sex adventurer who writes for this magazine about music. It's set from when she's around 14 to when she's around 18, 19. You kind of get to watch her as she handles this new persona, Dolly Wilde, because she gets quite famous as her. And she hangs out with loads of celebrities, loads of musicians, and you kind of get to watch her handle all that. It's such a unique story. I don't think I read anything quite like it. And the narrator is brilliant. Johanna has such a witty voice. Everything is so funny, and she makes everything sound so honest, I guess. She's sarcastic, she's witty, she's sassy. I just love everything about her voice. It is a bit slow in the beginning, and I had quite some trouble trying to get past that little ledge. Once I got past, I just flew through the book. I think I read it in like one sitting after I got past like the first part when she stood Johanna Morrison. I don't know what that says about the character, but the first part was still interesting, it was just a bit slow. A word of warning to anyone who wants to read this book. There's a lot of sex in it, there's a lot of profanity in it, there's loads of mature themes such as self-harm, depression, and all that. I mean, it's nothing out of the ordinary, but I'm gonna say the sex is described quite vividly. But the good thing about this is that it was honest and it was funny. It added something in the book, and I felt it was kind of necessary. Like, loads of other books that I read, they have sex scenes in them that are completely unnecessary. They just kind of feel out of place. In this book, this was not the case. As I said, Dolly Wilde is a lady sex adventurer, as it's described in the book. And you cannot have something like that in a book without describing it. But yeah, the sex scenes are quite vivid. They're described in quite some detail, but they're really funny, they're really great. I actually really like them. This book was relatable to some extent. Like, you can, as a teenage girl, I related to Johanna not fitting in, her feeling embarrassed after what happened on TV, and I don't know, just trying to find herself. But otherwise, it's a bit far-fetched. It's like reading about a celebrity's life, which I guess is kind of what it is, considering Dolly Wilde kind of becomes a celebrity. I would rate this book 4.5 out of 5 stars. Like, it was really good, but not perfect. There were definitely some flaws, such as the beginning, and I don't know, I think the point of this book was so you could relate to it, but I found I didn't personally relate to it, despite me being around the same age as Johanna. But all in all, it's a really, really good book, and I definitely suggest you pick it up. Caitlin Moran is such a funny person, and she's so witty. I want to be her best friend. I want to be Caitlin Moran's best friend. I haven't read any of her other books, but I do want to read How to Be a Woman, despite the fact that I might be a bit young. But I've heard it's really good. I hope you found this review helpful and entertaining, and most of all, I hope you're happy.